Computer says 4:39 and my phone says 4:40.
I'd go with your phone because I think mine says 4:40.
Okay. I call to order the regular meeting of the Board of Education, Thursday, May 21st, 2020 at 4:40 p.m. For the record, we are opening the meeting in open session, but once we adjourn to closed session, there will be no recording. The open meeting will be live streamed on YouTube channel for Chino Valley Unified School District and will be recorded. I'll now conduct a roll call. Please acknowledge your presence. Mr. Cruz. Mr. Cruz is not present. Ms. Gagne.
Present.
Ms. Gagne is present. Ms. Hernandez.
Present.
Mr. Hernandez is present. Mr. Na.
Here.
Mr. Na is present, and I am present. Moving on to comments on closed session items. Pat, do we have any comments from the public on closed session items?
Yes, we have 4 requests to comment.
Before you begin reading the comments, I'd like to state for the record that closed session public comments will be heard in accordance with Board Bylaw 9323, meeting conduct. Comments will be limited to approximately 350 words or 3 minutes. Pat, please begin.
I hope you and your families are keeping safe and sane in this time of great fear and anxiety for our children. Please reinstate the 3 Butterfield Ranch Elementary teachers that need to keep their jobs in this unprecedented time of unemployment. 4.7 million people just filed for unemployment in California. Even my wife, Mary, who is essential worker as physical therapist, and 60% of nurse friends are furloughed. The 3 teachers do not have the ability to look for new jobs at this point because they are busy doing online teaching, meetings, and minimal interviews are happening right now. We need BRE to return to greatness, or our kids are going to suffer even more when they get back to school. We deserve and need an amazing principal and great assistant principal that supports the students and teachers. We need amazing teachers that are empowered to help students and make school amazing places to learn again. The 3 teachers who are asking to be reinstated are those amazing teachers that these kids deserve to have, especially at this critical time. They truly care, and they were the ones running most of the programs at the school this year. The teachers union has hampered by late board approval and the inability to contract to strike when clearly needed. We have heard very little from Superintendent Enfield on how these issues are going to be addressed, so we fear that next year BRE will not be supported or staffed adequately. I was given a harsh reply from Enfield when I requested a parent committee or 1 to 2 representatives to help interview the new principal and assistant principal candidates. We need BRE to be fully supported with best staff possible. All board members needs to step up and unite to help BRE have a productive future. I pray for everyone to make the right decisions to get BRE back on track quickly. Kevin Butcher. This is from Mary Busher. Dear CVUSD board members and Superintendent Enfield, your decision to fire 3 Butterfield Ranch Elementary teachers and the lack of transparency behind this baseless decision is perceived as retaliatory against parents, children, teachers, and the school. By failing to represent those who put you in office, you have failed to do your job. You have failed as effective leaders in our community, and most of all, you have failed our children. Since Al Bennett's removal as principal, you have done nothing but harm BRE by way of disrupting and damaging a once strong and cohesive unit. To add, you have refused to work with parents towards a way to stability. Unless you reinstate the 3 teachers, we will continue our actions against this board until each and every one of you is out of office, if you haven't already resigned or been recalled. Our patience wears thin, as you have had plenty of time to do the right thing. As parents, we will do whatever we can to ensure that our children receive the best education possible. Gary Lawson, President, GL Consultants. This is from Richard Wales, Superintendent and Board of Education members of CVUSD. It would appear that when school starts again, that our kids will have been out of school for 6 months at a minimum. That is at least a year and a half without their friends, teachers, and academic environment and structure. That is a long time to be stuck at home. We do not know what form of school reintroduction will take, how long it will last. In addition, we will have new administrators. The impacts of these scholastic changes may last years. Our kids need all of the stability, familiarity, and sense of safety that can be provided. Parents and teachers need all the tools they can get for our children and students to thrive in a very difficult situation. Dr. Gilbert Ochoa, Mrs. Christina Chavez, and Mrs. Kelly Marchbanks are all desperately needed resources. Their new students will need this caliber of instructions and devotion. Past students will need to seek them out, as they will need to see them, reconnect with them, and heal that feeling of being torn away. We also desperately need teachers familiar with BRE, as this will be the most efficient way to move forward. Please help heal our schools. Please vote these teachers back in with full entitlement to receive tenure on day one of next school year. This is no new normal. There just is. These teachers know how to excel in what is and what will be. Thank you, Richard Wales, BRE Dad. Dear board members, I and many other parents are hoping and praying that Mrs. Chavez, Dr. Ochoa, and Ms. Marchbanks will return to our school. They are three excellent teachers and are integral to students and staff at BRE. Thank you, Fei Zhu. No further comments.
Pat, for clarification, can you restate who the second letter was from? I thought you provided two names, one at the beginning and one at the end.
The email was from Mary Butcher. The letter was signed by Gary Lawson, president of GL Consultants.
Okay, so she submitted it on his behalf.
Yes, I think the consultant is representing the parents.
Okay, thank you very much. Moving on, we will now adjourn to closed session regarding the following matters, which are all described in detail on the printed agenda: public employee discipline, dismissal, release, public employee appointment, elementary principals and junior high school principal, and public employee performance evaluation superintendent. We'll now adjourn to closed session.